good morning to all of you students.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
So we are going to start the lecture. We have already covered V2I converters. Now we are continuing with I2V converters. In I2V converters, we have already derived this derivation. If I am not wrong, Moshin, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the derivation that we have already derived, that is all about this, that if I am going to provide current to my circuit, I am going to get voltage in the output path. So according to this derivation, you can see the output voltage that is equal to minus RF upon R1, I in, that is my input current, multiplied by R1. The application of a I2V converter is light intensity meter as well as D2A converters. Fine. So now, based on this derivation, we are going to further start with our next application that is known as integrator circuit. So we have already performed the integrator circuit in the experiments. I hope all the batches A to D have already performed this experiment integrator in the virtual labs. Yes or no? Hello students, please respond. Hello Gaurav, can you hear me? Gaurav,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So we have already performed this experiment on labs, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Actually, it is done, but I was not there on the lab. I was absent on that day.
Okay. Enrollment number 54, have you performed this experiment?
Sir, I was absent.
Very good. Enrollment number 57, Dharmik, have you performed this experiment?
Sir, I was absent.
પ્રેઝન્ટ હતું ક્લાસમાં જે અત્યારે પ્રેઝન્ટ છે એમાંથી કોઈ એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ પરફોર્મ કર્યું 23 23 have you performed this experiment? Hello 23, can you respond? Ma'am, you need to respond. Can you did you perform this experiment, yes or no? Please unmute yourself. Hello ma'am. Ma'am, please do not raise your hand. You just need to reply, join through mobile phone so that you can join and you can answer my question. You need to respond. 23. Enrollment number 17.
Yes, sir.
Did you perform this experiment virtually?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So in this experiment, what we had done was basically we are having a op-amp. Along in the op-amp, pin number 2 is connected with the input supply, that is V-in, and this V-in supply is further connected with the resistance R1. And in case of feedback, instead of a resistor, we are having a capacitor. Is my voice audible? Yes or no? Please reply.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So we are having a capacitor in the feedback part. So instead of RF, we are having CF. As you can see the circuit, I hope you have drawn the circuit. If not, then please complete the circuit so that I can continue with the explanation part. Anubhav, once you draw the circuit, please let me know, beta.
Okay, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, beta. So now, as you can see, we are having V in, that is my input voltage supply, that is passing or supplying the input voltage to R1. There is a current flowing over there that is represented by I1. At node V2, the input bias current is going to pin number 2 and pin number 3 input bias current 1, that is IB1 is going. There is node V1 also. We know that the input resistance is very, very high. That is, the input impedance is very, very high in case of operational amplifier. So the feedback part, that is the capacitor CF, is having a flow of current which is known as IF. So to get, or what is happening over here, once we supply the input voltage supply, that is a sine voltage waveform to the input part, since the resistance is very, very high, that input supply is directly diverted from V2 to the capacitor. Now, the AC supply is being given. Slowly and slowly, the capacitor gets charged. Once the capacitor gets charged fully, and then in the negative half part or the other half part, the capacitor is getting discharged. So we are getting an integrated output. So we are getting an integrated output. How that we will be able to calculate? Please just refer. We are applying KCL at node V2. Once we apply KCL at node V2, that means the summation of all the algebraic sum of currents coming and going. Now, if we talk about those currents, then we can say that I1, that is the input current, is equal to I0 plus IF. I1 is equal to I0 plus IF. Based on this, we can say that IB is negligible because of the heavy resistance at the input side. I1 is approximately equal to IF. That is, the input current is equal to the feedback current. We know that IC is equal to C dVC by dt. C dVC by dt. Now, according to the circuit, if we are having a square voltage waveform, then the output would be a triangular waveform, something like this. All of you are requested to draw the input as well as the output. IC, that is the capacitor current, that is equal to C dVC by dt. Now, because of this, if I now I wish to calculate my output voltage, that is V0. So how would I calculate my V0? Any idea? Any idea? How do I calculate V0? The input is being provided from pin number 2. So it is an inverting circuit. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, since this is a inverting circuit, the first thing that I would like to say is we normally calculate the output voltage, that is V0, based on AV, or directly we say that V0 is equal to AV into Vin. So Vin, that is my input voltage. उसका भी कोई कनेक्शन होगा, कोई कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं? कैसे करेंगे उसको कैलकुलेट हम लोग? V1 को या Vin को हम लोग कैलकुलेट कैसे करेंगे, प्लीज बताइए. How do we calculate? देखिए, IF is equal to, approximately we can say that it is ICF. So I1, that is equal to CF dVC by dt, that is the input current, that is nothing but the feedback capacitor multiplied by dVC by dt. We know that I1 is equal to IF. So that is why I have written like this, that I1 is equal to CF dVC by dt, because that is the formula of IF. Now, I1 is equal to Vin minus V2 upon R1. Similarly, Vc is equal to V2 minus V0. Vc is equal to V2 minus V0. So, if I equate these two things, please find out V0 in terms of V0. What is the answer? Hello, students. In terms of V0, please find out the answer. Yes, students, what is the answer that you are getting? Please let me know. V नॉट की टर्म्स में आंसर क्या आ रहा है? Enrollment number 22. Enrollment number 22. Enrollment number 22. I hope you are able to listen to me. Hello, 22. 22, can you hear me? 22. See, if you're not responding, I need to forcefully remove you out from the class. It's very simple as it is. 22, you need to respond.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. What is the concept of virtual ground? Twenty-two. What is the concept of virtual ground? Kush? Kush?
Yes, sir.
Beta, what is the concept of virtual ground?
Sir, એમાં કદાચ V2 કદાચ 0 થઈ જાય. Ground.
And the reason behind is?
Equipotential.
Yes, very good. Since the input resistance is very, very high, and because if I am going to supply or provide the voltage or current from one node and on the other node is grounded, then we say that according to the concept of virtual ground, since the resistance is very, very high, so no voltage is going to get provided from any one of the pins. Hence, both the potentials or both the nodes, that is V1 and V2, would be virtually ground or equipotential to each other. So here also we are going to provide the virtual ground concept once again. And based on this virtual ground concept, what we observe is V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 0. So we are going to get this equation where we say that V in upon R1 dt integration 0 to t is equal to integration of 0 to t Cf d by dt minus V naught multiplied by dt. I hope you are able to understand this equation. Yes or no? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
So we get the final equation as this. That is, my output voltage is directly proportional to 1 upon R1 into Cf. That is what is all about integrated derivation and integration part. I hope you are able to understand. Now, similarly, we will be proceeding for our differentiator part. In case of our differentiator part, the capacitor that we have used in form of feedback, the capacitor that we have used in form of feedback would now be used instead of feedback as R1. And we would be having in feedback our resistance, that is R. So instead of in the circuit that you have drawn presently of the integrator, where the feedback consists of a capacitor and the input resistance is R1. So now it is just swapping of these two things. In the input part, we would be having a capacitor, and in the output part, that is in the feedback part, we would be having a resistance. So I request you to kindly draw the circuit accordingly so that we can proceed further. Hello, students. I hope you are able to understand me. Hello, students. Please respond yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Moshin. Yesha, can you hear me? Hello, Yesha. Moshin screen ઉપર શું દેખાય છે અત્યારે?
Differentiating circuit, sir.
ઓકે, દેખાય છે ને?
हाँ.
સરસ. So as per our talk, we are proceeding now for the differentiator circuit. In this differentiator circuit, we are having a op-amp, and as we have discussed previously, we are having a capacitor C1 as well as the resistance RF. We are also having a resistor in pin number 3. Now we are providing our input from pin number 2. Pin number 3 is not provided with any kind of input voltage supplies. So we are having a input bias, that is IB, that is equal to 0, which is being provided from V1 to pin number 3. From V2, we are providing IC, that is the capacitor current. The capacitor is labeled as C1. There is a feedback resistance known as RF, and output, that is V0. Now again, we can say that IC is equal to IB plus IF, where again IB is approximately equal to 0. So I can say that IC is approximately equal to IF. Once I say that IC is equal to IF, then I can also say that IC is equal to C dVC by dt. Now C over here would be C1 dVC by dt as it is. So what is VC? VC is nothing but V in minus V2. VC is nothing but V in minus V2. Now, if I say that, then IC can be modified as C1 d by dt V in minus V2. So now I am applying IC is equal to IF. Hence, IC is equal to IF is equal to C1 d by dt V in minus V2. Now, we know that if I say voltage divider, or directly if I say that IF is nothing but V2 minus V0 upon RF, then this V2 minus V0 upon RF. I hope the equations are visible to all of you. Please let me know yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm talking that V2 minus V0 upon RF is equal to C1 d by dt V in minus V2. Again, we apply the concept of virtual ground. We say that V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 0. So please let me know what is V naught equals to. Please let me know what is V naught equals to. Once you calculate it, please let me know. I am waiting for your replies. (23) समझ में आया?
સર
Yes, sir.
ओके बेटा. हाँ 19 बोल बेटा.
સર યશાએ એવું કહ્યું છે કે એના લેપટોપમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ છે નેટવર્ક ઇસ્યુ છે
તો
લેપટોપમાં પ્રોબ્લેમ આવે છે તો માઇક ચાલુ નથી થતું એવું કહ્યું છે
કોને?
યશાને
ઓકે.
હેંગ મારે છે લેપટોપ
રીતુ ખ્યાલ આવે છે બેટા? 31. ભાઈ રેસ્પોન્ડ નહીં કરું તો મને
Yes, sir.
ખબર નહીં પડે. ખ્યાલ આવે છે?
Yes, sir.
શું કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરવા માટે કીધું છે? (46) समझ में आ रहा है मुआज?
Yes, sir.
क्या आंसर आया फाइनली?
minus RF C1 d by dt V in.
Okay. So I hope you are getting this answer. Please let me know in case you are not getting the answer. Getting it?
યસ સર
Yes, sir.
So now for certain non-linear application, these non-linear applications are like basic comparators. I request everyone to kindly draw this comparator circuit so that we can proceed further. Just wait for a minute. મારા લેપટોપનું કનેક્શન કટ થયો છે, હું ફરી રીસ્ટાર્ટ કરું છું. પ્લીઝ વેટ ફોર અ મિનિટ. કમ્પેરેટર સર્કિટ કોઈએ વાંચ્યો છે? કોઈ આઈડિયા છે ખરું કમ્પેરેટર સર્કિટમાં શું થાય છે? એની વન ઓફ યુ, what is happening in comparator circuit? Any idea? Anyone would like to share?
Sir, it compare one input to another.
Okay. એમાં કેવું હોય છે, basically in one we are providing a reference, and in the another input we are not providing a reference, but we are providing our original input part. So once we do that thing, so what happens is we are basically trying to then compare what is our input and what is our reference. So from that particular input as well as reference, we compare the thing, and then we further go on for saying that this is the comparison between our input as well as our reference files or reference inputs. So this is how we proceed for comparator circuit. Here you have seen that we have connected two diodes back to back. And both the diodes are in opposite direction, connected in parallel to each other. Yes or no? So based on these comparator circuits, we are further going to analyze what we can use it for and how we can use it further. Please just wait for a while. So this is the example of basic. Is my screen visible to all of you?
No, sir.
Sir, it's
not.
Okay, just wait a minute. अब दिखा क्या?
Not still.
No, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
okay.
it's visible.
So now we were discussing about basic comparator circuit, where in this comparator circuit, what we have started with is, we have started with the input that is a reference input that is being provided to pin number 2. Pin number 3 is being provided with the input supply. Now, as I have told you previously also, if we are going for a comparator circuit, then we will compare any one input to the provided reference inputs. And that is what we are going over here also. That is, we are providing input with a reference part. So once we go for this part, then what you have observed is you have observed a basic comparator circuit, and in this comparator circuit, V in is our input supply. The applications of comparator can be used for comparing two signals. It can be used for detection purpose. It can be used as a limiter circuit or a digital interference circuit. So first of all, we will talk about non-inverting comparator circuit. In case of non-inverting comparator circuit, our V in voltage would be less than our V reference voltage. I repeat, our V in voltage would be less than our V reference voltage. And hence, over here, we will see that minus V saturation is equal to minus VCC. Minus V saturation is equal to minus VCC. Now, case number 2 is the other way around. That means now you try to understand case number 1. If my input voltage is less than my reference supply, then what would happen? Any idea, please? What would happen, guys? If my input supply is less than my V reference supply, then what would happen? Please, anyone? See, basically a non-inverting comparator is an op-amp based comparator for which a reference voltage is applied to its inverting terminal. the input voltage is applied to its non-inverting terminal. Now you see, we have applied the input to the non-inverting terminal. We have applied the reference to its inverting terminal. So the op-amp based comparator is known as non-inverting comparator because the input voltage which has to be compared, I repeat, the input voltage which has to be compared is applied to the pin number 3. Now, as you can see, the circuit, the operation would be something like this. One of the two values, that is either plus VCC or minus VCC, would be represented at the output based on the values of the input voltage, based on the values of the input voltage and the reference voltage. So what is happening is the output value of the non-inverting comparator, the output value of the non-inverting comparator would be plus VCC for V input less greater than V reference. If my V input is greater than V reference, then I would be having plus VCC as my output voltage. And if it is vice versa, that is, if my input is less than my V reference, then it would be minus VCC. So if I'm getting V naught as minus VCC, that means my input is less than my reference input. And if I am getting plus VCC, that means my input is greater than my V reference. Are you getting my point? Students,
Yes, sir.
are you getting my point? Hello?
Sir, can you repeat once?
Yeah. The output value of non-inverting comparator will be plus VCC, for which the input voltage is greater than V reference voltage. That is case number 2 that is seen on the screen also. Is it seen on the screen?
Yes, sir.
I repeat, the output value of the non-inverting comparator will be plus Vsat, for which the input voltage Vi is greater than the reference voltage. The other case is the output value of non-inverting comparator will be minus Vsat, for which the input voltage is less than the reference voltage. Okay? It is less than the reference voltage. Now, let us draw the output waveform for a kindly draw a sinusoidal signal to input pin number 3. Kindly draw a sinusoidal signal to input pin number 3. Reference voltage of 0 volt is applied. Reference voltage of 0 voltage is applied to the non-inverting and inverting terminals of the op-amp. So what would be my output? Any one of you? See, I am providing sinusoidal waveform to pin number 3. Pin number 2 is grounded. Pin number 2 is grounded. I repeat. Is the problem clear to all of you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Pin number 3 is provided with sinusoidal waveform, and pin number 2 is grounded. So what is the operation? Please explain me the operation.
Sir, V in is greater than V reference.
V in is greater than V reference. So what would be the output?
Plus VCC.
Plus VCC for throughout the cycle. Moshin, Muaz, Rishi, throughout the cycle.
No, sir, because it to negative portion the V reference is greater than V in.
So the explanation is something like this, that during the positive half cycle, the sinusoidal input signal, during the positive half cycle of the sinusoidal input signal, the voltage present at the non-inverting terminal, the voltage present at the non-inverting terminal of op-amp is greater than the 0 volt, as a result of which the output value of the non-inverting comparator will be equal to plus VCC during the positive half cycle. And during the negative half cycle, since my input is less than my output, my input is more than my output, so I would be having minus VCC. That is, if I am providing a sinusoidal input signal to pin number 3, pin number 2 is grounded, so my output voltage would be a square waveform from plus VCC to minus VCC would be its level. Its level would be from plus VCC to minus VCC. So if I'm providing a sinusoidal waveform at the input, my V reference is grounded, my output voltage would be a square waveform. This kind of application is sometimes or mostly known as, that means since the output is changing its value when the input is crossing the 0 voltage line, so the above circuit or the above kind of application is known as non-inverting zero crossing detector. I repeat, non-inverting zero crossing detector circuit. Can you hear me all? All of you, can you hear me out?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Should
sir.
I repeat it? Should I repeat it?
No, sir.
Okay. So guys, that's all for today's lecture. I have noted your attendance. Thank you for attending my lecture. In case of any doubts, please feel free to ask me.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you may leave now.
Thank you, sir.